Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for a session on taking the DoDIN APL one step further. From power grids and advanced weapon systems to the telework-enabling apps connecting us during the COVID-19 pandemic, software sits at the heart of nearly all that keeps America running. But in the words of a recent Atlantic Council report, society has a software problem. As more and more products and services rely on the use of unvetted third-party code and open-source libraries, cyber risk and opportunities for exploitation have surged. To tell us more about today's software security state of play and the policies and procedures needed to successfully serve our nation's software needs, I'm eager to introduce our speaker, John Zanny, CEO of Acronis SES, a US-based edge data security and cyber protection company dedicated to serving the US public sector. John, thank you so much for joining us today. Please take it away.
Hello, and thank you for having me here on to talk about such an important topic and how we're using our experiences getting certified with the DoDIN APL to help further supply chain risk management. Acronis SES is a US cyber protection company where we're focused on national security. So we're 100% public sector focused. We're a US only company, so every employee at Acronis SES is a US citizen. We're based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. We focus on making sure we have certified products and processes ranging from the DoD approved product list, common criteria certification, FIPS certification, and as CMMC comes on board, being certified with the CMMC. We're a veteran employer and happy to also be a veteran advocate through our 501c3. So if you look at the DoDIN APL, it's a great way to have controls and processes in place to certify software and hardware to manage the risk within the supply chain. But there's still a lot to do. For example, I have here 3 cases within the last year or so that had impact within departments, whether it was Shadowhammer in March 19 that distributed malware to over 1 million users, Octopus Scanner in March 2020 that poisoned projects on GitHub, or Golden Spy just a few months ago that got spread through tax software. In each of these cases, it shows you that the bad actors are getting more and more sophisticated and using the latest technology to penetrate agencies and cause disruption. And you can see that these attacks are growing significantly. Now, the challenge with commercial software is the commercial drivers are often at odds with the DoD needs. So for example, I look at maximizing shareholder valuation. If we look at the trends, it's all about cloud connectivity, API, enforced subscription models, low offshore costs to maximize the benefits for the company, ensuring people stay up to date as soon as possible. Now, look at the DoD. You're looking at zero connectivity, air-gapped networks, no outside activation or deactivation. Imagine being on a ship or on a plane or in a war zone and all of a sudden your software stops working because somebody didn't renew it. Using military-grade encryption, making sure there's no extra software in the product that the government doesn't need so you reduce the attack surface. Being transparent about your development lifecycle, documenting all the connections. These have costs to them and not always in demand in the commercial world. By being dedicated to the US public sector, we've balanced those needs to make sure the DoD gets what they need. Now, while there's still a lot of work to do around securing the supply chain for software, there has been momentum this year that I'm really happy to see. I'll give 2 examples. First, the Cyberspace Solarium Commission. They published a landmark report in March. It called attention to the supply chain security issues though more work needs to be done. It prompted introduced numerous pieces of legislation, and it's laid some real groundbreaking work that will add urgency to this problem. Also, the software bill of materials, which is driving the promotion of transparency, reducing cybersecurity risks, asking for lower cost of deployment, procurement, and maintenance of software. All of these efforts are really designed to cost effectively produce secure software. Acronis SCS, we also want to do our part to help build secure software, and to do it in a way that both agencies can feel confident about the software, but also software developers can do what is best. If you go to the next slide, please. So what we've done is we're starting to do some research to take the uncertainty out of software supply chain evaluation and validation. Today, to validate software, it's primarily a manual effort where you have to pay companies hundreds of thousands of dollars to review the software. Takes a long time. It really affects small businesses. What we're doing is we're partnering with universities and research to create an AI-driven model to scan open source and proprietary software to provide a quantitative risk score. Think of it as a credit score where you have a number which will help IT admins determine whether or how to deploy new software and update existing ones. Now, to do this, it has to be a collaborative effort, not owned by one agency or one company. So we're starting with algorithms and publishing those algorithms with universities, and then working together with other companies and agencies to really come together with a standard that's consistent and can be used by everyone. If you'd like to learn more about this effort, please contact us. We're happy to share with what we're doing, because this has to be a joint effort to secure the supply chain. Thank you.